here with you today. I'd like to thank Uta for inviting me for this special occasion that you all are celebrating your 10 years of being a presidential club. Our club has not reached presidential status yet, but we are going to be looking to you for direction, for examples. I came across a story this afternoon and I thought, oh great, I'm going to the Eagle Club. I'll tell them about this folk tale. It's titled, It All Started with an Eagle. It started with this eagle named, actually the eagle is not named Poco, it's a bird named Poco. And the bird Poco had an abnormally large head. All the other birds made fun of this bird. They teased him, they would ridicule him, they would talk behind his back, his head. And they would giggle and laugh. Now Poco, his feelings were hurt, but he never let on that they were bothering him. He just remained calm and would mind his own business and fly around. He actually was strengthened every time he got insulted. He became stronger. And so the birds were baffled by this. Why isn't he upset? Why isn't he angry? We're teasing him every day. So they decided, you know what, there's something wrong with that bird. Not only is his head big, but he is not bothered by us. We're going to the eagle. Now the eagle, his avocation, was leader of the bird kingdom, grand master. So they went to the eagle and they said, we would like Poco banished from the bird kingdom on the basis of his head is too big. Now the eagle, very diplomatic leader, very smart, very skilled at conflict resolution, said to the birds, I will give this some serious thought. So they left. He thought about it, and that afternoon he called his secretary, the hawk, and said, send out a memo to all the birds. We will be having a special meeting, and the only speaker will be Poco. Poco will have a chance to speak to us and tell us exactly why is his head so big and why has he not been bothered by all the ridicule. So the hawk picked a time for the meeting and set the venue. All the birds in the kingdom came to the meeting, from vultures to sparrows, even the dove with the injured wing. Poco arrived and averted eye contact. He didn't want to look at any of them. He went and perched himself on a corner in the tree. Eagle got up and flapped his wings and brought the meeting to order. He said, Poco, you have been teased and ridiculed for years. Please, will you explain to us in 5 to 7 minutes why your head is so big? So Poco took center stage, and with a strong opening, he said, my fellow birds, I was not born with this large head. I am actually from a species of birds called oak pocos from Nigeria. We were the first species ever created, actually. Before the earth, before the trees, well before man. We would just fly about and fly about and fly about, and we didn't have any trees to perch on. We just flew continuously. And when one of us died, we would just fall into nothingness. Well, when my father became elderly, I did not want that to happen to him. So I decided to bury my father in my head. So my head is a sacred cemetery for my father. And that is why my head is so big. And he said this with emotion in his voice and his eyes pregnant with tears. And all the other birds, they started flapping their wings in applause. He had gotten sympathy not only for being the family, the first family of birds, but for carrying around his father's remains all these years. So he said to them, I therefore have deep respect for my head. And I ask each and every one of you from this moment forward to have the same respect. So, Eagle said, I will now open the floor up for any reactions, evaluations, opinions, and all the birds unanimously agreed that they would no longer be teasing Poco. And Poco was also made Assistant Grand Master of the Bird Kingdom. So, this is the real reason that you all need to be proud. Because Toastmasters was not really started by a man in California. It was started long, long before that by an eagle who was very, very forth in his thought and realized that the best way to handle a situation is to bring people together and hear a point of view. And that is what we do today. So I'd like to congratulate your group on your accomplishments and your example and the fact that it all started with an eagle.